The silence of the early morning was shattered by a scream. Angst had woken with a start to find he couldn't roll over. He couldn't lift either leg. He couldn't move. Every muscle, every joint, every fibre of his body ached and throbbed. He heard another scream, and then pain-induced moans from Tarnis and Dallow.
"I can't move,"
Dallow whined. "Are you guys all right?" Angst gasped.
"I dunno, Angst. Everything feels horribly wrong,"
Tarnis called out dramatically.
"This is all your fault,"
he swore vehemently. Hector shook his head and clicked his tongue in mock sympathy as he bustled about a small cooking fire. "We're going to get nowhere fast if you three can't handle a bit of horseback riding. My old grandma with a gimp leg and an eye patch doesn't complain this much." Their continued laments made the campsite sound like wounded on a battlefield as the three heroes dealt loudly with their old, unused muscles, not nearly as enthusiastic about the hours of travel ahead as they had been the night before. Angst remembered hangovers that felt better than this. The remnants of last night's dream made his head throb. Body aches, like these, typically came with black eyes, not to mention the sweats. It had to be some sort of illness. There was no way he was this out of shape. Sitting up in this condition was a job for younger men. After long moments of indecision, Angst gracefully rocked from side to side until finally rolling over to his stomach. He pushed himself awkwardly onto his knees, shaking like a newborn deer. Several muttered curses later, he had successfully crawled over rocks and roots to leave the tent. He paused to seek out those remaining muscles that weren't strained and hadn't magically turned into knotty tendons overnight. It was a nearly impossible task. The few spots that weren't sore had been chafed by the horse and armour. It felt as though to the bone. "Who's making breakfast?" Angst growled. "Already done, but you have to come over here to eat it," Hector taunted, sounding too happy for his own good. "This is not going to work. How are we supposed to defend the kingdom if we need an infirmary every morning?" Angst said, rising to his knees. He looked up from the ground to find Tarnis and Dallow in similar conditions.